I could still hear the rustling paper in my hands, but this wasn't just any paper. The legal stamp at the bottom was the final blow. It confirmed that Vanessa Campbell had won. She now had limited access to the lakeside property. I read the words again, slower this time, hoping that somehow their meaning would change. But it didn't. My grip tightened on the letter. My cabin, my home, the place I had built from the ground up, every plank, every nail with my own hands. While Vanessa had been sipping cocktails and moving on to her next upgrade in life, I had been here, sanding wood, setting stone, making this place my own. And now she was taking it. Not just her new husband and their stepdaughter, Lila, too. My phone buzzed on the counter. I already knew who it was before I looked. Vanessa. You can't do anything about it, so we're using the cabin this weekend. Anger rose in my chest like bile. I could practically see the smirk on her face, the same one she had worn in court, the same one that had once made me weak, made me forgive things I never should have. She had always played life like a game, and she had just won another round. I exhaled, glancing around my kitchen. The silence was suffocating. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. I wasn't supposed to be stuck as the landlord of my own damn house. I grabbed my cabin keys. I needed to see it one last time, before whatever came next. I knew every bend in the road, every tree that lined the path. Driving up was effortless. I had carved out a haven in the woods, spent years making it mine. But as the late afternoon sun dipped behind the trees, the reality hit me. I was being forced to hand over everything to the woman who had torn my life apart. The windows, I had installed them myself. The deck, I had rebuilt it, piece by piece. The garden, I had nurtured it. And now she would take it all without a second thought. Marcus was already there when I arrived, striding up the walkway, fists clenched, gripping that court ruling like it owed him money. Marcus, my best friend since college. The guy who had helped me carry lumber when my back gave out, the one who sat with me, sipping whiskey, the night Vanessa's lawyer handed me the divorce papers. He knew exactly how bad it had been. He took one look at my crumpled letter and let out a low whistle. She really got the judge to approve this? I let out a humorless laugh. Oh, it gets better. I handed him my phone. His jaw tightened as he read Vanessa's message. When he got to the part about me crying in court, his lips curled in disgust. What a piece of work. I raked a hand through my hair. I don't even think she wants the cabin. Marcus raised an eyebrow. Then what does she want? I sighed. To prove she can take it from me? The words felt heavy, but they were true. She didn't care about the cabin. Not about the renovations, not about the memories, not about the years of labor I had poured into it. She only cared about winning. Marcus crossed his arms. So what are you going to do about it? I let out a hollow laugh. Nothing. The court already ruled. She gets the cabin. But Marcus wasn't convinced. He wasn't smiling at first. Then, slowly, a grin spread across his face. The cabin, sure, he said. But what about the surrounding land? I frowned. He leaned in. Did the court order say anything about that? I blinked. His grin widened. Maybe, he said. It's time we start thinking bigger. I looked past the cabin. Acres of untouched land stretched beyond Vanessa's so-called victory. And suddenly, something in me shifted. Something dangerous. Vanessa thought she had won. She had no idea what was coming. The sound of the cabin door slamming echoed across the clearing, but I barely noticed. Vanessa stood there, phone in hand, her expression livid. That was the thing about her. She always believed rage gave her control, that if she was angry enough, she could change the course of events. She was wrong. Marcus pointed to the new posts we had set up. We should start running the electrical lines soon. I nodded. You still want solar panels? Of course. I didn't need to check my phone to know Vanessa was already messaging her attorney, scrambling to figure out how to stop this. Marcus smirked. She's losing it, isn't she? Right on cue, the cabin door swung open again. Ryan trailed behind Vanessa, looking more exhausted than angry. "We need to talk," she snapped. I took my time responding. She gestured wildly at the construction around us. "You can't do this! This whole ridiculous project, you're building all around the cabin. There's no privacy." I tilted my head. "Oh, privacy?" Her jaw tightened. "You dragged me to court," I continued, voice calm. "Pushed your way back into my life, but this isn't the same?" Her lips thinned. "Come on, Daniel. Do you really think a retreat center is sustainable?" I smirked and gestured to the workers clearing pathways, setting up outdoor workshops. "We already have investors, sponsors, community support." Vanessa's eyes narrowed. "You're telling me people actually want this?" I folded my arms. "The thing is, Vanessa, after years of trying to control everything, you forgot something." She frowned. "When people are finally free," I said, "they can create something better." She faltered. Ryan shifted uncomfortably beside her. Finally, Vanessa straightened her shoulders. "What exactly do you plan to do? Just let strangers roam the land?" I smiled. She realized, in that moment, exactly what was going to happen. Vanessa's frustration boiled over. "You're turning this place into a glorified campsite for men who have lost their way." I arched an eyebrow. "You say that like it's a bad thing." She inhaled sharply, grasping for a fresh angle, then suddenly she grinned, but not in a warm way. "Oh," she mused, tilting her head. "I get it now. I always wondered what you'd do after you lost everything." Ah, there it was, the final insult before defeat. But I kept my composure. "Vanessa," I said, stepping forward, "I didn't lose anything. I only lost you." She blinked, and that was all I needed. "You think I didn't see this coming?" I asked, my voice steady. "You made your choice. You walked away. And now, you get to sit in that cabin and watch as I build something real." Ryan looked uneasy beside her. Even he could see it now. Vanessa wasn't in control anymore. "We'll discuss it," she muttered. Then she spun on her heel and stormed inside. Ryan sighed and followed. Marcus let out a low whistle. "Damn, that was a beautiful thing." I laughed. "Neither are you," he added. That was the difference. Vanessa had spent her life taking, but I was building, and she had no idea how to handle that.